are the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100. That's what we're jumping into the market right now. When we zoom in and we can look, we're coming into our previous highs here from August that have been mentioned, and you get a little bit of a rejection there. But I think it's a little misleading because when you look at the strength of the overall market right now, it's definitely in favor of tech and semiconductors, okay? So we look at this action here, you can see clearly higher lows continue to be established. We've also posted this on Twitter. So if you're not following on Twitter, I recommend doing so. It's all there for you. So that's where we're acting and kind of how we're moving right now. You can see we're getting some of these dips to the downside, but immediately getting bought back up, back down to our, 20,126 level we've been watching there as well, bouncing off of that. Now you go into ES, and this is where things are getting tricky because this is where some of the downside is occurring. Now ES is just trending sideways. Nothing's happening different here. I think honestly you look good as a whole, and I think the market still looks strong. Higher lows clearly established there since last Friday. Very important that we understand that you still look good since last Friday. Nothing has overall changed there whatsoever. You still look hot. You still look good. Okay. Now you go into Dow, and again, this is probably the ugliest part of the market right now. Dow, pretty much downside since this morning, just nonstop downside, only thing kind of breaking down whatsoever. Okay, go look at SPY again, higher lows established. You're clearly above previous all-time highs here from July. You're holding up very good. You're also holding that level we mentioned back here around 568.5, also good. Again, making those higher lows still established, just pulling back right now, but still, in my opinion, you look good. And your all-time highs are right here at 5673. ES is obviously a little bit disconnected already at those levels, so worth mentioning. We go into Qs as well. You can see, you're operating good. You're not selling off. You're not breaking down, right? You're holding the levels you need to hold. You came to 487. We've talked about this level as well. You're rejecting so far. You want to see the break, the retest, and push into 493 because, again, there's no liquidity in between on Qs from 487 into 493. So getting rejected there also made a little bit of sense, right? Major level until you start really breaking out. And again, you go back to NQ and you can still see where that level stems from because, again, you start breaking over this level here. You don't have much liquidity back into basically 20,400 and then basically 20,600. Massive move there as well. So when we look at this, you had a good start. You had a good test. You wanted to get the retest so far, but you're holding up still, right? Things you got to be paying attention to. Now, on the other side of this, we look at volume as well. And so what I want to do is go to the 5 minutes to show that intraday volume so far. And so you're definitely seeing that volume pick up, right? So throughout the day as well. And this indicator, if you're interested, it's Lux Algo. The link is down below. You don't see me mentioning a lot of these indicators here because I try to keep the charts really clean when I make these videos. But if I'm making a video throughout the middle of the day, then I'm probably going to go over it. You also have your supply and your order blocks, your discount zones, things like that as well. I use that for day trading. So anyways, that's where we're at right now. Okay. And you can see the volume started picking up on this drop that you just had. That's what you want to see. So you're seeing that overall pullback, and then you're seeing the biggest volume spike is from those lows, getting you maybe that signal of a reversal. It's not confirmed yet. This is what you want to see. You want to see if SPY is going to start getting some love as well, and hopefully those downsides of the market are start picking up. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that the biggest sectors you're seeing right now, getting the most love, seeing the most strength, is tech and semiconductors, right? We talked a little bit about that. So jumping into that, okay, XLK, obviously moving up very good. Broke new local highs, pushing to 227, looks good. SMH, we've talked a lot about this. If SMH gets bullish, then you have to expect Nasdaq to get love. And again, what happened here? Instantly breaking above some of these levels, pushing back up. You broke above 239. The rest was history. You pushed straight up. In my opinion, you have room into basically 248 locally right here where you find some resistance. Little SR flip, but then basically 250. So that's what I'm looking at right now. You're still chilling up here. And again, this continues with that same story and that narrative that we posted also too on Twitter for you guys, right? Which was going into specifically NVIDIA looking amazing for that breakout. We talked a lot about this. We said next level, 125, 124. Well, how did that play out here in the day? Upside into 125, 124, right? Pushing up right now. So again, you go to the daily. I accidentally got rid of that trend right here, but you can still see how you're overall moving here, trying to get that break up, right? And that's where you're at. You still look amazing. You're trying to break out. The real test is going to be like 128 to 130, but that's where right now, even with some of the pullback on the market, that's where you're looking good at, right? A little bit broader, AMD, one of my top stocks we've been watching is, can we get the mount finally of the 200 daily moving average? This is the real story. This is the real question right now. Because if you can get this, it's going to become one of your best long-term plays as well, mounting your 200. Now, let me give you an example of names that have mounted the 200. Number one, Microsoft. You mounted it down here. You ran from 412 into 442 in the matter of about a week and a half. Okay. Now we go into another one, another name we talked a lot about, Google. You mounted your 200 at 157. You moved into highs of around 164. Again, around a $7 move in the course of about a week and a half. Not even like, but basically like 3-4 days, right? Monster move. Now, could those names come back? Yes, but you want to get that mount, at least a whole day just holding above that. So AMD is right there for the taking. You guys have been asking a lot about it. That's what you want to see right now. Another name we're watching in semiconductors is ARM. We said if we mounted, and go watch the video yesterday, we said if we got above 143.7, you're looking for the push into 149. Also, been really pushing this home in Discord. We talked a lot about this yesterday as well. So again, another great trade. Called it yesterday, but again, just had the setup today. So a day early, still made money there on the trade. So again, things that you're looking for. Also too, before I forget, you need to be following, if you are interested in Discord spots on Twitter. I'll be announcing those most likely tonight. Some spots that will be opening, just to let you know. So if you're interested, make sure you're checking it out. It will be there on Twitter for those that are interested. So that's where we're at there on ARM. Now, broad in the market right now, I'm not looking to get super aggressive until we can get some confirmation above this level right here. At the very minimum on NQ above 20,256, or if ES can break and mount above 57.97. Those are your two things you're looking for. If you get either one of those, in my opinion, longs. Okay, you're making higher lows still on ES, so I don't care what anyone says. I still think you look very bullish, broad-based in the market, as long as you're making these higher lows here. Now, so I want to push out, a middle of the day video, and maybe you guys like the middle of the day videos. You get can actually take some action based on these videos as well throughout the day. So I might start doing these instead. Let me know what you think down below. But that's where we're at right now. Now, an interesting part here, we talked yesterday about what was happening with the dollar, what was happening with yields, okay? So going into the DXY, right? Good risk on versus risk off metric. Again, you started to get the breakdown yesterday on the DXY, and now you're just really sitting in a range between $101 and $100 on the DXY, going back and forth. You're also seeing the 30-year yield get a little bit of bounce as well. You want to get back below 4% and hold. It's possible you hit the 200 and come back down. You wouldn't love to see that, but it is possible that it does take place, and the 10-year yield as well. Okay, so things that you're looking for right now. But again, I don't think they're going to get a big bounce. I don't see that happening, especially with rate cuts. And then the biggest thing you have going on this week, too, is going into the end of the week, is you have your PCE data on Friday, I believe. That's what we're looking for now. So this week, that's what we're looking for. So tomorrow, Wednesday, you get a little bit of information regarding new home sales. Could stimulate the market. But again, I think home sales are a more overtime type thing. It's not going to be immediately. Okay. Now, Thursday, you're going to have your core PCE prices. That's not your core PCE, GDP, and jobless claims. Very important. And you have Powell speaking as well on Thursday. So jobless claims and home sales. And then Friday, you have your core PCE data. That's your biggest thing, and Michigan outlook. So again, we're shaping up for an interesting end of the week, especially the longer that we hold up like this. If we hold up like this, inflation reports come out good. I see us breaking into local highs and maybe getting that push over 20,250 into 20,600. That's what I would be looking at there specifically. Now we go to SPY again. You're really just trending at highs. Like there's nothing really else happening here, right? It's not the greatest action. You're making higher highs, higher lows basically since Friday, right? That's good. But again, we need to start seeing that mount. We need to start seeing that hold. You're still holding 568.5. Under that level, you can see a push down to 565. But again, that's what we're looking at broad-based in the market, okay? A few stocks before I let you out of here. Tesla, again, above 256, very bullish into like 260, then 265. You couldn't get the hold today. Netflix, still very good, above 722. I'm looking very bullish as well there. I think Microsoft is still nice at around 430, 431. I'll continue to say that. Apple, you had news today. I posted this on Twitter as well for you very early this morning. Where did I post that? Yeah. So you had Apple iPhone sales show a drop on Friday. That's from the China producers or overall sales from China. In my opinion, below these lows here, 225.7. Now you pushing into 224 and under 224. This could get weak down into 215. Again, don't shoot the messenger, what I'm looking at, maybe even 217. But that's what we're looking at there on Apple, unless something changes right now. But again, on Apple dips, I still think it's a local buy as well, and you could be getting a little bit of a discount here. But as long as you're above 224, you can get too bearish. Just gonna let you know that right now. So again, keep your head on a swivel, what we're looking at, and overall what I'm looking at in the market. If you have questions, comment down below. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, traders.